to Wheel Talk. I'm Recappa Sedai. Today on Wheel Talk, we're gonna make honey cakes. I'm sure you're wondering, Recappa, what are you doing in the kitchens wearing an apron? Every year at Thanksgiving, the White Tower throws its annual meal of time. The Omerlin is still mad that I brought that pack of wolves into the tower last week, so she decided that as penance, this year, I'm in charge of making the honey cakes. But the joke's on her, because I don't know how to make honey cakes. Okay, let's bake some honey cakes. How hard can it be? To make honey cakes, you will need a recipe, a bunch of stuff that's listed in the recipe, and some novices to get your wine and do all the things that you don't want to do. Cool, let's do this. Step 1, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. How do you do that? I'm assuming that I channel fire into the oven. I just don't know, like, how much. It doesn't say it. It just says preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Tivana! Do you know how to preheat the oven? Do you think you could come over here and do it? Okay, great. Maybe hurry. Tivana preheated the oven for me, so it's obviously not that hard. Step 2, lightly grease the pans. Right. Here's my take on honey cakes. If you're gonna do it, you should definitely use those cute little like mini bundt pans that give you the cute edges and make it look all nice. I don't think we have those, and frankly, since this is my penance, I don't care how they look. So we're just gonna use muffin tins. They're not like a fun shape, but it works and I don't care. Do I use the paper liners? Do you need the paper liners? I'm gonna use the paper liners. This is a lot of work. Whoever says baking is fun is crazy. I was given this to use for greasing the pans. I don't know if Pam was like a famous Aes Sedai who knew how to cook. Oh, that's fun. It's like a greasing terangrial thing. Oh, this is gonna save me a lot of time. Pam Sedai knew what was up. Step 3. In a large bowl, whisk together 3.5 cups of flour. I hate flour. Flour is so messy and like gets everywhere. And I hate flour. That's 2 and it's already everywhere. That's probably like, that's a half cup. Flour everywhere. God, is it on me? It's probably on me. Oh, that was a lot of work. Okay, 3.5 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Why do you need baking soda and baking powder? It's a really good question. I don't know. Seems like they do the same thing. 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon. I think this is 3. I think this is 3. Tastes too much like cinnamon, I guess we'll know then. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure we don't have ground cloves, so we'll just use more cinnamon, I guess. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, that was cinnamon, pretend it was ground cloves. And 1/2 teaspoon of ground allspice. What the hell is allspice? I'm gonna assume they mean you could just use any spice, so we'll use more cinnamon. So you wanna whisk it all together. So you get a whisk and you whisk it. Step 4, make a well in the middle. Fun. I feel like a whisk isn't really a good way to do this. Okay, yeah, that's like a well in the middle. It's like full-on do might as wells in our bowl. You make a well in the center, and then you add a cup of vegetable oil. Ah, I'm spilling it. Oh no. I have to clean this up. Ugh. A cup of honey, because they're honey cakes. Now that there's honey in it, I feel like no matter how they come out, they're honey cakes. No one can tell me they're not honey cakes. Right? 1.5 cups of sugar. That is pretty much a cup. That is roughly a 1/2 cup. Baking is whatever you make of it. Like if your baking comes out shitty, that's you expressing yourself. 1/2 cup of brown sugar. These honey cakes love their sugar. Is this bowl gonna be big enough? 3 eggs. It's almost impossible to crack an egg without getting the shells in your food. So really what I say is just like, don't worry so much about it. You're not gonna die from eating a piece of eggshell, and honestly, it's not possible to keep it out of your food. It can't be done. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of coffee or tea. Oh, Tivana! I need a cup of tea, but it needs to be exactly a cup. If it's even a little bit off, this whole thing will be messed up and it'll be your fault. If I had to put money on it, these will be a mess because of her. That took you forever.
Recappa, I just want to say, this Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for you.
Tivana, that is the saddest thing I've ever heard. Go away, you're making me uncomfortable. 1 cup of strong tea, 1/2 cup of orange juice. Ooh, this bowl is full. This bowl is definitely like not big enough. If you're making these at home, you should be using a bigger bowl. But honestly, if you're making these at home, you should probably be using a different video because I don't know what I'm doing. And a 1/4 cup of rye or whiskey. Seriously? Yeah, 1/4 cup of rye or whiskey. Oh, cooking is fun. Who knew? Okay, so we're gonna put all of this into a bigger bowl. Tivana's gonna help me transfer it over, and if it spills, I just want everyone to remember that this is Tivana's fault. 1/4 cup of rye or whiskey. And then step 5 is you just whisk it all together with a whisk, like this, I think. Ugh, I've got to hand it to the Amerlin. This is the worst penance ever. Tivana, come whisk this together. I don't know how to whisk things. It says to whisk it till it's like a batter. Just do that. Step 5, spoon the batter into the prepared pans. Optional, sprinkle the top of the cakes evenly with slivered almonds. Okay, well, we're not gonna do the slivered almonds. This is plenty of work as it is. So you wanna spoon it evenly into your prepared cake pan, which in our case is muffin tins. And then step 6 is you bake for 40 to 45 minutes. Is that number gonna be completely off because we're using muffin tins? Yeah, I think so, probably. Are we gonna change it? No, we're gonna bake them and see what happens. If these don't come out amazing, it's because Tivana made the tea wrong because I did everything perfectly. Ah! We did it! Easy. I wasn't sure when we started the video, but I feel like now we can all agree that I'm like really good at baking. So now we just wait for 40 minutes. I'm not just gonna stand here for 40 minutes. I'm gonna go like play a cat's cradle or something. It's time! Let's see if that all amounted to anything. I think it's time. I don't know. These gloves are really awkward. Ah, oh no! Oh no! That one... Yeah, okay. Yeah, they look like food. It looks like you could eat it. I'm super happy about that. Shut up! Let the cakes stand for 15 minutes before removing them from the pan. Then invert them onto a wire rack to cool completely. Okay, we just waited 40 minutes for these to bake. We are not doing that. I'm just gonna eat one. Oh, they're hot though. That is like a thing. I'll probably wait like 2 minutes? 3 minutes. It's still hot. That was only like 10 seconds though. Okay, they've been cooling for like 5 minutes. That is plenty of time. They look like this, and you might be thinking, Recappa, that's really more of a muffin than a honey cake. You need to back off. It's a honey cake. If you make them with paper liners, you want to take the paper liners off before you eat them because they're not edible, turns out. You're not supposed to eat that. So they're actually like good, really good. Of all the possible outcomes for this, that is not the one I expected. I still wouldn't make them again. Like, why would you bake anything when you could just ask your novices to do it, you know? But, I actually feel like if you followed that recipe and did it like I did it, you would end up with food you could eat. Like, yeah. Tivana, they're good. You're off the hook. No, you can't have one. They're for the meal of time. God. This was super fun. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. If you can like the video and subscribe, that would be great. It helps the channel. If not, I don't even know you. Who are you? If you'd like to support Wheel Talk and help it get better, the best way is to sponsor the show on Patreon. There's a link in the notes. It's like throwing crumbs everywhere, but it's delicious. There's a link in the notes. All levels of contribution are amazing. Cheers to all of our patrons. Yes, patrons! This episode is brought to you by patrons. Thank you all. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy meal of time. Don't be afraid to take whisks. And until next time, walk in the light and keep it wheel. Tivana! Come clean all of this up.